In the summit, Elam shaped the skies and the land had existed in confusion and was unfilled, and darkness was upon the face of the deep water, and the wind of Elam was fluttering upon the face of the waters. And Elam said, "Light will exist," and light existed. And Elam saw the light, given that it was functional, and Elam made a separation between the light and the darkness. And Elam called out to the light, "Day," and to the darkness he called out, "Night," and evening existed, and morning existed, a day unit. And Elohim said, "A sheet will exist in the midst of the waters," and he existed, making a separation between waters to waters. And Elohim made the sheet, and he made a separation between the waters which are below for a sheet, and the waters which are above for a sheet. And he existed so. And Elohim called out to the sheet, "Skies," and evening existed, and morning existed, a second day. And Elohim said, "The waters will be bound up below the skies to one area," and dry ground appeared, and he existed so. And Elohim called out to the dry ground, land, and to the collection of the waters. He called out, "Seas," and Elohim saw that it was functional. And Elohim said, "The land will make grass sprout, herbs producing seeds, trees of produce making produce to his kind, which his seed is in him upon the land." And he existed so, and the land brought out grass, herbs sowing seeds to his kind, and trees making produce which has his seed in him to his kind. And Elohim saw that it was functional, and evening existed, and morning existed, a third day. And Elohim said, "The luminaries will exist in the sheet of the skies to make a separation between the day and the night, and they exist for signs, and for appointed times, and for days and years, and they exist for luminaries in the sheet of the skies to make light upon the land." And he existed so. And Elohim made two of the great luminaries, the great luminary for the regulation of the day, and the small luminary for the regulation of the night, and the stars, and Elohim placed them in the sheet of the skies to make light upon the land, and to regulate in the day and in the night, and to make a separation between the light and the darkness. And Elohim saw that it was functional, and evening existed, and morning existed, a fourth day. And Elohim said, "The waters will swarm with swarmers of living souls, and flyers will fly upon the land, upon the face of the sheet of the skies." And Elohim shaped the great crocodile and all the living souls, the treaders which swarm the waters to their kind, and all the flyers of the wing to his kind. And Elohim saw that it was functional, and Elohim exalted them, saying, "Reproduce and increase, and fill the waters in the seas." And the flyers increased in the land, and evening existed, and morning existed, a fifth day. And Elohim said, "The land will bring out living souls to her kind, beasts and treaders and living ones of the land to her kind." And he existed so. And Elohim made living ones of the land to her kind, and the beast to her kind, and all of the treaders of the ground to his kind. And Elohim saw that it was functional. And Elohim said, "We will make a human in our image, like our likeness, and he will rule in the fish of the sea, and in the flyers of the skies, and in the beast, and in all the land, and in all the treaders treading upon the land." And Elohim shaped the human in his image. In the image of Elohim he shaped him. Male and female he shaped them. And Elohim exalted them. And Elohim said to them, "Reproduce and increase, and fill the land and subdue her, and rule in the fish of the sea, and in the flyers of the skies, and in all the living ones treading upon the land." And Elohim said, "Look, I gave to you all of the herbs sowing seed, which are upon the face of all the land, and all of the trees which are in him, the produce of a tree sowing seed. He will exist for food for you, and to all the living ones of the land, and to all the flyers of the skies, and to all the treaders upon the land which is in him a living soul, all the green herbs for food, and he existed so. And Elohim saw all which he made, and look, it is very functional. And evening existed and morning existed, a sixth day. And the skies and the land and all of their armies were finished. And Elohim finished in the seventh day his business which he did. And he ceased in the seventh day from all his business which he did. And Elohim exalted the seventh day, and he set him apart, given that in him he ceased from all of his business which Elohim shaped to make.